here I did problem 8 of chapter 4, and it says for each function find its slope function. So A says f of x equals 2/3 x to the negative 2 power minus 4x to the first power, and this one is implied. It's not given in the problem, but it's implied. And you can use the power rule to find the derivative of f of x. So what we do is you take the exponent here and you multiply it by the coefficient, and then you subtract 1 from the exponent, and you do that to both parts of the equation. So here we do this, and you get negative 2 times 2/3 x, and then negative 2 minus 1. And then for the second part of the equation, it becomes negative, well, it's technically 1 times negative 4, but it's still, you still get negative 4 in the end. And then x to the first minus 1. So that becomes negative 4/3 x to the negative third power minus 4x to the 0 power, and so the x just goes away since it's to the 0 power. And then the answer becomes negative 4/3 x to the negative third minus 4. For B, it says f of x equals negative 2 to the square root of, times the square root of x, and that can be rewritten as negative 2x to the 1/2 power. And again, I used the power rule, so I used the exponent and multiplied it by the coefficient, so it's 1/2 times negative 2x, and then you take the exponent and subtract it by 1, so it becomes negative 1x to the negative 1/2 power, and that can be just simplified as negative x to the negative 1/2 power, and that's for B. For C, we have f of x equals 6 times cosine x. Again, this 1 is implied on cosine x, and again, I use the power rule, so I did 1 times 6, and then we know that the cofunction of cosine is negative sine, so it becomes negative, I just put the negative in the front, so it's just negative 6 sine, and that's the answer for C. For D, I didn't use the power rule actually, and I saw that this could be factored out, so I could cancel. So I factored out a 4 from the numerator, and it became 4 times x squared plus 1, and then x squared plus 1 remained on the bottom. These two canceled out, so we just ended up with 4, and then the derivative of 4 is just 0 because any derivative of a constant is 0. But x cannot equal plus or minus 1 because that would give us 0 in the denominator, so that's why we have this part.